Welcome to the Miss America 2020 recap. If we're not friends yet, let's be friends. I'm Dani Walker. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and join me for lots of new episodes. You can do so by hitting that notifications bell so you don't miss out on any of those. And also follow me on social media at Dani Walker. I did not watch Miss America live this year, but I did get a lot of requests for this recap. I am making an exception by doing this because Miss America, as they say, is not a pageant anymore, but here we are. Let's start with the opening of the show. We see contestants, random people filing out from backstage, and then here comes Mario Lopez and a female host, and they start the show backstage. Where's the glamour? Where's the celebration of the legacy of Miss America? I didn't see any of that in the opening. Who in the world, no disrespect, is Kit Hoover? I had no idea who this host was. If you want to be relevant, I think that you should be putting a host on the show that maybe your potential viewers might recognize as a household name. Even if people don't like Ashley Graham hosting Miss USA, at least you know who she is. I had no clue who Kit Hoover was. I had to Google her. One thing I thought that was really smart was that they talked about and defined what the job of Miss America is. Good. That's what you said your goal has been. Perfect way of doing that is talking about it during the show. There were only 3 judges. Things get close in pageants and you're gonna leave it up to only 3 judges? Well, that's daring. These poor girls were sitting on the ground for this entire introduction. What was the point of that? Sure, it's different, but different does not mean better. We took away all of the glam. Half of these girls looked so sad introducing themselves and talking about the state that they represented and sharing a little bit of personal information. And also, it looked like they were all invited to the same party but got different instructions for the dress code. I don't even know where some of them would have been going in these outfits, but the only one that I really cared for was Miss Texas's outfit and her styling, because let's face it, it's not just the gown, it's the whole thing, it's the whole presentation. I'm here for it, Miss Texas. I'm here for it. Thank you so much for bringing that look to the Miss America stage because I loved it. They could not have been comfortable on the ground. Just in case somebody at Miss America is watching, I want to do a quick comparison. Here is the opening number of Miss America 2020, the new cultural revolution of Miss America. And then here's the opening of Miss Universe 2019. You tell me, if a 17 or 18-year-old contestant who you want to get to compete for your pageant, competition, which one is going to be more appealing? It's not rocket science. Everybody loves a good show, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with the glamour and honoring each of these girls on stage. This is what is killing your viewership. The only thing that I see in this introduction is the true disconnect between the organizers and their target audience, and it's the same disconnect that we see at the local level, which is a really big reason why you don't have higher numbers at your state competitions anyways. Food for thought. I also want to mention that the show was sponsored by Old Navy, and no shade to Old Navy because my favorite pullover sweater is from you. But when we think of Miss America, the first thing that comes to mind shouldn't be Old Navy. It shouldn't. But actually, it makes sense this year because when I see this production, if I had to describe it in terms of a clothing brand, it would be Old Navy. Miss France Universe, Chanel, Dior, Versace. Miss America, Old Navy. Actually makes a lot of sense. If you guys want to see a show though, like a show, check out this episode right up here. Oh my gosh. France knows a thing or two about production. Something that struck me, when you asked the judges what they were looking for in a title holder, they used buzzwords like authentic, relatable, transparent. And the irony is that when they brought out the reigning Miss America, Nia Franklin, she presented a rehearsed speech. They scripted Miss America. They say that they want someone authentic and relatable, yet they're taking away her voice. What is the point? You don't want somebody authentic. You want a mouthpiece for your organization. That's what you want. You can't even trust a grown woman who's done a phenomenal job representing your organization, by the way. You better be thanking her. To say 2 sentences on stage. After the show opening, we broke it down into semifinals. Our semifinalists were Texas, New York, Oklahoma, Hawaii, Colorado, New Jersey, Connecticut, Georgia, Florida, North Carolina, Missouri, Alabama, Virginia, California, and Kansas. One thing I really did appreciate though, they did a little close-up shot of Chesley in the audience rooting for Miss North Carolina. Granted, she didn't have her Miss USA sash on, but those who know. By the way, if you are watching on a mobile device, make sure that you screenshot this episode, post it to an Instagram story, and tag me at Dani Walker with your thoughts, and you know what? Tag Miss America too. Then we went to a commercial break, and suddenly when we came back, we were cutting to a top 7. There was no on-camera elimination process. We didn't get to see them compete because, I don't know, we've been taking away all the areas of competitions. And I want you to look at this shot because this is a great visual of what Miss America is missing. And no shade to my contestants, it's not your fault. The styling for some of these contestants was really outdated. These are outfits that I would be seeing in 2004 at pageants, and that's why this is not appealing to a younger generation. If you want to bring in your contestants that are 17 or 18 years old, you go tell me what 17 or 18-year-old girl is wearing this outfit to a job interview or not. She's not. That's why it's not appealing. And the reason that these contestants are wearing these things is because of certain coaches or the committee members that are telling them that this is what the Miss America organization wants. And it's unfortunate. You guys are shooting yourself in the foot here. By the way, if you haven't already taken advantage of it, be sure to check out my free pageant prep crash course. I have linked it in the description below. It walks you through the steps of preparing for your pageant. Essentially, I'm walking you through the steps that I was always taking when I was competing for pageants and really what I assist all of my coaching clients with. So it gives you a great overview of that. It gives you somewhere to start if you're sort of confused about where do I even start preparing for my next pageant. So it's a really great resource. Be sure to take advantage of that. So once again, very ironic, they talked about authenticity, but as I was watching these contestants on stage, their interviews lacked true personality or vulnerability, which is what the judges said that they wanted, but because it's Miss America, the contestants don't truly have the freedom to really be themselves on stage. Colorado, I thought she did excellent. I really liked her video. For me, she spoke very naturally, but she was very Miss America. I felt when I was watching her that she gave me real politician vibes. That's what I got actually from most of the contestants. Oklahoma, I thought that she was slightly more fun. She had a little bit of chance to show that personality, but not much. Missouri was speed talking the whole time.
Because my mom is who got me to this stage. Like I talked in that video, she's the ultimate mentor and I wouldn't be where I am without her, and I'm sure you can probably say the same.
It just seemed like the contestants were really struggling to get information in. I think that you should have a more guided format. Tell them, do you get 2 or do you get 3 questions? Don't leave them on stage wondering, I don't know when the timer's gonna run out. I don't know if I have enough time. Should I keep speaking? I'm just gonna speak really, really fast. It was really weird, and that's not good public speaking. As they were announcing, let's just note, these contestants were all squished backstage in the dark. Do you think that that looks appealing? This is a no-brainer, but something's not getting through to production. If you miss the old Miss America, comment Miss America down below. I wanna know, is it just me? I miss before 2.0. When I listened to Virginia and we got to see her video clip, she talked about breaking stereotypes. She also had these clips showing her talent inside the classroom, outside of the classroom. So to me, she had that real Kira Kazantsev appeal where people criticize Kira for her singing with the cups, but that talent can be taken from a stage and it can be easily used in a school setting, and you don't need a mic, you don't need a staging or anything fancy to be able to show off that talent. Her doing this was actually really smart, and she was also really talking up the organization. They're gonna like that. For me, Alabama had sort of a surface type interview. I didn't feel like I really got to know her very well, like she was holding back. So when she didn't make it to the next round, I totally understood that. Although I thought she was a really beautiful contestant, I didn't think that the questions per se were really geared in her favor for that night. It happens. Connecticut mentioned in her interview that Miss America 2.0 is so great because you don't have to fit into a mold. And it's so funny because if you read a press statement from the organization, they talk about all the things that Miss America isn't. They put it out there, Miss America is not a celebrity. By telling your title holders that you're not a celebrity, that basically you are just a glorified volunteer, you are someone who is going to be putting forward our initiatives and also your own social impact initiative. That's not saying that somebody is not inside of a mold. That's really saying you're gonna fit inside this box. You're here to serve our purpose, to progress our ideas of what a Miss America is, not your own. And you're not here to define what that is because they define it for you. I thought Georgia did a great job, but she was very focused on her platform and not so much on Miss America 2.0. I think that's why she really got close, but that's what put Virginia over the top, was her really being all for Miss America 2.0. For the next cut, we narrowed it down to a top 5, and now the contestants got to perform for talent, and this killed me. For Missouri, I don't know what happened. Somebody forgot to turn on the lights. I couldn't even see half of her performance, but I guess the judges could, and it worked for her, so she advanced. Good for her, but who forgets to turn on the stage lights? It's a live show. How awkward was it, though, for Kit to be in the audience announcing these contestants?
She's on stage right now about to perform a song.
Why are you here? Why didn't you tell me something about the song that she was singing, the style that she was performing, and not just standing there and just saying, here she is, gonna sing a song. Same thing happened to Georgia.
Okay, she's on stage about to perform a classical performance.
Hey, I'm here in the audience with her family. She's on stage. She's gonna sing. I had no idea what her piece was from. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with every single foreign opera. I thought that she was dressed up like a nutcracker and I didn't understand why, but I think that if you would have told me about her song or told me a little bit of background about it, it could have put things into context and made it all make sense. The judges literally had nothing to say.
It was so effortless. I don't know what everyone in here, what did you think?
Audience, what do you think? I know nothing about opera. They literally just turned it and put it on the audience because the judges are like, I have no idea what to say. I don't know really what I just saw. Now we go to Oklahoma. Kit's over here saying, look at how Miss Oklahoma looks so much like her mom.
Addison looks exactly like Mom.
Daughters looking like moms.
Who would have thought? Not me.
I was also very confused. Oklahoma's talent routine was clean. She came out, she had a cute outfit, she was wearing heels, really for no other reason other than maybe to make it seem more difficult, but the routine itself wasn't difficult. And then even the judge said something like, well, you know, I appreciate how well you did today considering that you just started dancing. How is it that talent is 35% of your overall score when this was not a difficult talent to execute? I don't understand now how some contestants are making it to that national level if talent is weighted so highly, but the technical difficulty of their talent is not at that normal Miss America standard that we used to see, say, 20 years ago. So I'm really confused about scoring. It killed me when they announced Virginia because Kit was reading off of the card, so she's like looking at the card, looking up. You know what? No, it just...
I'm here in the audience right now with Camille Schreier from Virginia.
No, you're not. She's on stage. She's literally on stage right in front of you. Now, some people were asking, well, how would she win with this talent? I want to say, let's give credit to where credit is due. This talent was performed by Miss Vermont in 2016 at Miss America.
Science is all around us.
Bravo, Miss Vermont, for putting together this talent. Camille took this talent, she reworked it just a little bit. She did it with passion, she did it with energy, and she was frankly the most entertaining.
Science is all around us. Science is a talent. And it's my mission to show kids that science is fun, relevant, and easy to understand. Now, this reaction is very simple. It only produces 3 things. And keep an eye out because science really is all around us.
I thought that her presentation was great. She's a great performer. Now they went to the next cut. I wasn't ready for it. They immediately announced Connecticut as 4th runner-up. I was like, oh, we're doing that already? They haven't even finished competing. The contestants that advanced were Georgia, Missouri, and Virginia, which meant Oklahoma was 3rd runner-up. To me, the social impact initiative, I sort of liked it. I thought that it was cool that we got to hear a pitch from them. I do like that idea. It felt very Shark Tank-esque to me. Then we went to a segment talking about the American Heart Association, and I thought it was a fantastic plug. But here's what I was waiting for. What a great opportunity it would have been to say that Miss America is now going to be partnering with that organization and walking in the Go Red for Women fashion show. Let's bring back some of that glamour. I'm telling you, if you tell potential contestants that they're going to get to walk in New York Fashion Week with all of these celebrities for the Go Red for Women fashion show, that is going to appeal to young women who could potentially enter your pageant. And they missed that whole opportunity there. I was like, whoa, what happened? I watched each of the contestants break down their social impact initiative. I thought it was pretty good. It was a great pitch. I felt like I was in a boardroom. Kind of cool, kind of like a cool skill to be working on. I thought it was interesting that the judges got to ask some follow-up questions. I thought that was great, and I really actually like that they were able to do that. This is the moment that Missouri actually won me over, because I like that she talked about how ready she is, and then when they asked her the question about how she is going to use social media to further this social impact initiative, she talked about how she's already created story templates and that her degree in journalism is relevant to her skills in being able to promote and market that social impact initiative. So she's essentially saying, I already have the skills to do this. So that really won me over. I was like, no, it's a good point. Miss America, our eventual winner, her platform had to do with the opioid epidemic, which I think is incredibly relevant today. And it was interesting when they asked her why legislators would want to sit down with her when they're sitting down with these big corporations. Her answer essentially boiled down to that she has a platform and that being Miss America would make them want to listen to her. Really, to me, it's sort of making Miss America more than what it is. And I think that this is where their branding is getting skewed and off, because here are the facts. You don't have to be Miss America to speak with our legislators. You just have to be a concerned and caring citizen. Having the platform of Miss America is not what it used to be, especially because of the low ratings. And if you look at it, there are kids who are making TikToks with more followers than Miss America has right now. We're seeing that drop in her cultural relevance because she's not actually a modern woman and they are not appealing to the base that they need to appeal to. I think it's wonderful that organizations like Miss America and the Miss Universe organization are encouraging young women to improve their communication skills, their confidence, and to be active members in their community. I don't think we should expect our title holders to be these huge change makers during their year as a title holder, because their responsibilities don't correlate to that impact. I think that what these organizations should recognize is that helping these women in the way that they do to develop these skills and to open them up to new opportunities, it's enough. Being that stepping stone for young women, providing them with these skills that really open up the doors to so much more in their life, that's something admirable. That's something that you can be proud of. And that's something that should just give you permission to be a pageant. Serve your purpose. Support these young women. Things like the Miss America organization are trying to prove such a point that Miss America is breaking all these stereotypes and she's doing all of these things to change the world and blah, 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 with her social impact initiative. And I think that's great, but I think also you should just recognize the real purpose that your organization serves and how relevant it is just in building up women's confidence and giving them those life skills. That's a really big thing. That's a really big accomplishment in itself. Next, we got to our top two, Georgia and Virginia, and they both essentially got asked the same question, and they were asked about social media and usage. Should it be limited as Miss America? Georgia said the safe answer. She said that we should use it responsibly and just be aware of what we're posting. And then Virginia added, though, to it, which was really smart, that yes, I would take into consideration not sharing everything online, but also be thinking about the fact that I would be a representative of the Miss America organization. So I'd be checking in with them, talking to them about what they want me to post and what's okay with them. So I have to consider that. And I'm like, yeah, of course, they're gonna love that. What can Georgia say? She's like, yeah, I agree. Next, the contestants were asked about having children or being married. They basically said, I don't believe that Miss America should be married and have children. It wasn't very interesting. Now it was time for crowning. Our first runner-up gets $25,000 scholarship and our winner gets $50,000 of scholarships. I think that they need a raise. Miss USA has a salary, not a scholarship, a salary of $75,000 in addition to the rest of her prize package. And I think that Miss America deserves more than that scholarship. Let's also just talk about the lack of a farewell for our beautiful outgoing queen. She didn't even get to say anything once again. We never even hear from her. She literally got a golf clap.
Miss America 2019 is here to present the crown in just a moment, but let's show her our appreciation for a great year.
Outstanding.
Yes.
That's my farewell? Talk about a lack of appreciation for your title holder. You want other contestants to compete for you? Show them how well you treat your title holders. Honor them during the show for all the work that they put in for your organization. The crowning was pretty lackluster to me too. Mario sort of got in the front for a second. I was like, Mario, get out of the way. I need to see this moment. I need to see it. Honestly, I think Miss Georgia was the one that really got the best end of the deal. She got as close as she possibly could, got the most scholarship money she possibly could, and then she got out without having to work with the organization. Well, those are my thoughts for the show. It was entertaining for all the wrong reasons. I don't plan on watching it once again. I just did this for all of you who requested it because I love you. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that all of you who don't end up competing in this pageant, that you do find an organization that you love that is going to really honor you and make you feel as special as you are. So thank you so much for watching this episode. I appreciate it. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit that notifications bell, follow me on social media at Dani Walker, and of course come back for lots of new episodes.